going on, everybody? Scary here. And today we're going to be playing a green-white tokens deck. This looks okay. I mean, you know, I'm going to take a chance. Oh god, even worse. Try it again. This is better. This is better. The first hand was not bad, but I'm not a big fan of Elder of Laurels. I've been thinking about taking it out of the deck, just because it doesn't play too well into the token theme of this deck. Sergeant Fane plays a Savage Lands. So we know we're playing against black, red, and green. This is much better, especially with the Cultivate. So we're going to drop down a Forest, pass the turn. So yes, welcome to another episode of Friday Night Magic. I'm going to do my very best to get a video up every single week on Friday night. Worst case scenario, Saturday morning. Sometimes I have issues with rendering, or takes a little bit longer. Let's play that and pass the turn. I wanted to get your opinion, guys, on this. There's two ways that I usually do videos, one of which is I just do sort of like a pseudo live stream where it's not really live, but I just record it live like I'm doing now. So it's very impromptu, it's a little bit less professional, but it's a lot less editing down the road. Whereas I believe my tips and tricks video, wow, we're playing against another tokens deck, so I'm really curious as to how this is going to work out. Selesnya Evangel, and on his second main we're going to make some tokens. So like I was saying, two ways of making videos. What I'm doing now is I'm just sort of winging it, and I have basically a game happening. I need double weight for that. That really sucks. Alright, let's do this. I keep interrupting myself. Let's get one of each. And I don't think we want to attack into that, so we're just going to skip. Yeah, so the first way I do videos is I just sort of do it like a pseudo live stream where I just record everything that happens. Everything is sort of impromptu. The second way is I record stuff without the commentary, and I add the commentary later on in my editing program. The problem with that is I usually work evenings, and it's very difficult for me to come home and basically, I think we can play this. It's very difficult for me to come home at night after I work, because I usually work evening shifts, and you know, take 3 or 4 hours to do a video where, you know, if I do just a straight up recording and do my voice with the game audio, I don't have to worry too much. It's usually a lot faster. I just, you know, dump it into the editing program, and off I go. It gets rendered, it gets uploaded, it's pretty quick. The issue with that is I feel like there's a little bit less quality, but it gets out a little bit faster. Whereas the other way, you know, there's a little bit more quality, but it takes a little bit more time. So he's going to start making tokens. I actually should have tapped my mana properly, but then again, I didn't really have a choice. I need a double white for Brimaz, so it's going to be interesting to see what he blocks with. Hopefully we can take apart his token strategy with Brimaz. He's pretty good. So let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you prefer. You know, if you like the creativity of sort of the more of the pseudo live stream type recordings, or if you prefer sort of the more slightly more professional approach of having everything, you know, with post-production and all that kind of good stuff. So what to do? We can convoke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can attack with 1 token and Brimaz, and then we can convoke to make 3 more tokens for blockers. So let's do that. And the cool thing is, once we have all these tokens out, I want to play this guy, which actually makes all of our dudes bigger, and then we can attack. So we'll attack with Brimaz. Brimaz has Vigilance as well, and he makes another token when he attacks, which is pretty cool. So I don't mind the trade here. I'm going to be making lots and lots of tokens where that came from, so I'm not too worried. Potentially do a good amount of damage. He doesn't have enough where he can like double or triple block and potentially kill Brimaz, but he is going to chump block here. And looks like we're going to get, ooh, Resounding Thunder. Interesting. Wow, so the Brimaz goes bye-bye. Interesting. Well, we still have our convoke cost that we can pay, which is good. So we're going to make some tokens. Fortunately now he is a little bit behind in the tokens race, especially since we have all these cool cards. I would have really loved to keep Brimaz, but This creature, I ended up taking out. Jade Mage was in my deck for the longest time. I think I replaced her with Elder of Laurels, which was still a pretty bad choice. I mean, there's not a lot of choices in the game. There's something like 1,000 or 1,100 cards, so there's not a huge choice in particular, but I did take her out only because for 3 mana it's really expensive, especially compared to this where it's just 1 to make a token, and here, whoops, and here you're paying 3 to make a 1/1. So the value of this card is not necessarily great. Oh my god. Can you guys imagine? This is going to get pretty stupid. Hopefully our tokens don't die to, I don't know, like well, he's playing red, so Anger of the Gods is an issue, of course. But if we can avoid that, in fact, what we can do is, I think we can attack if we go like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So we won't be able to convoke right now. But the cool thing is now we're going to be able to hit him for a lot. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 in the air. Should we attack with these? Force him to block? Why not? Let's force him to block. We've got Crater Hoof anyway. This is going to get absolutely out of hand very, very quickly. This was kind of like a last-minute addition, to be entirely honest with you. I didn't think it was a good idea at first because, like, well, look at this triple green, like 8, 5/5. But he's a beast, and he's absolutely worth it in this deck. He's absolutely worth it. He's going to double block. Wow. I guess he didn't want to trade up with his Jade Mage. That's understandable. We still have 3 flyers in the air, so we've got him down to 11. He's going to play a Mentor of the Meek. So that's a pretty good card too. I don't know if he's in this deck, but he's going to be able to get some card draw off of that. And I mean, it'll be good for him because he's at 2. Soon to be 3 cards in hand. But I don't know, guys. This Crater Hoof's going to come out pretty soon, hopefully, especially when if we can see a few more land drops. If not, I'm sure we can just crush in. I mean, he's at 11 health. There's only so much he's going to be able to do against flying tokens. So we'll find out. There's a land drop. Yeah, we need 2 more land drops to play Crater Hoof. So I'm wondering, can we just do this? You know, I really wanna do this, but at the same time, I'm really afraid of Anger of the Gods, and I don't want to overcommit. So let's not overcommit. Let's attack. And you know what? If he wants to block with his Mentor of the Meek, because he's going to be taking 6 in the air regardless. Okay, so he's going to jump block here, so he's going to take 2 damage less. And we've got him down to 5. Wow, can we still play? We can still play this, yeah. I think I might do this on his end steps, so let's just pass the turn. And let's see what he does. I'm a little bit concerned about Mentor, just because the card draw can get pretty out of hand very quickly. But hopefully, I mean, he's definitely in defense mode here. He's definitely on the back foot. He's at 5 life. He's not gonna want to do too much in terms of playing aggressively. But I think this is the game here. I mean, we've got 6 in the air. Unless he can do something, I think that's the game. Yeah, that's the game. And we'll just swing for 6 in the air. Good game. Alright, on to the next. Alright, so we're getting ready for game 2 here. This opening hand doesn't look too bad. It's actually pretty good. I'm going to keep it. Mostly because of the Selesnya Evangel? I don't know. She's pretty good. She makes tokens, and it's not too expensive. I'm not exactly sure if I mentioned the Jade Mage last game, but she was removed from this deck specifically because her ability to make tokens is cool, but it's for 3 as opposed to her, who is only 1, and it's colorless too, so it doesn't matter what mana you have. So we're going to do that, and we're going to play her, and by next turn we'll be able to play Raise the Alarm, and we'll be able to start tapping them to make more tokens, and hopefully then we can convoke, do a big convoke, and then we can go slap down the Beastmaster Ascension. So this looks like a really good hand. I'm not too worried about the wall, although it's going to draw him a card. Good luck. Have fun, good sir. It does draw him a card when it comes in. Oh wow, this is fantastic. Well, I really should have done that at the end of his... Oh no, I guess I couldn't because I've just played that. Okay. So let's just pass the turn. There's no reason to do anything here. And we'll just pay attention for when he goes into his end step, and we can play our tokens and following turn. Cloud shift. Okay. So he's just going to draw another card. That's pretty cool. I mean, ideally, in his position, I would like to save that for when I'm blocking something, but I guess he's starting to realize I'm playing tokens, so he's probably not... Oh, come on. He's in his discard step. Oh god, we didn't do it in time. Alright, well, whatever. Just start getting guys out. I'm gonna start paying attention more and talking less. Anyway, it's all good. I think we're still doing well here. He's on 3 land. Oh, he's got a Brimaz. My god, making more tokens would have been more suitable last turn, but that's okay. I think what I'd like to do is... I've got another one of these. That's pretty cool. Do I quadruple block him is the question? We're not going to attack. That thing's pretty big. I guess I should have known that Brimaz was going to be a factor in a white deck. I mean... Oh, he's playing green, white, blue. Interesting. I'm sure he's going to attack with Brimaz. There's no reason not to. I mean, whoa. Okay, end step. Make some tokens. I guess he's thinking I've probably got some tricks. And I do. I'm full of them. We're going to play another land. Oh, we can play the Beastmaster Ascension. Oh man, that would be so good. You know what? Let's convoke. Cause yeah, let's convoke. So tap her. No, I don't want to tap her. Tap this, tap this. Tap that. Yeah. Oh man, guys, I think we win next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These guys are going to be 40. We're going to be doing like 48 damage next turn. Holy cow. I think we got the game here, guys. We just got to stave off the Brimaz a little bit. This is what I'm talking about. This deck can get so explosive. It's absolutely insane. And I mean, I'm not even talking about putting these guys down. I just put this thing into play. Swing with everything. This thing gets 7 counters right away. And it gets pretty stupid. He's going to think twice. Okay. I don't think there's anything he can really do for 2 mana. I mean, I really don't know. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is game. He's got 2 blockers. These guys are all going to turn into really big dudes. So we're going to go straight into combat. And we're just going to ship the team. And I think we're going to call it GG because... oh my god. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it gets stupid. Like, instant Beastmaster Ascension wins game 2. Moving on to the 3rd game. Alright, so it looks like we've actually got a rematch here. Best 2 out of 3. This looks pretty good. We don't have a Beastmaster Ascension, but making extra tokens is really good. So let's start off with the Selesnya Guildgate. Good luck, have fun. Same deck? I think so. God, I'm always afraid of these lands. Like, whenever I look at them, I just hope I don't see red, because Anger of the Gods just absolutely obliterates this deck. Like, there's no recovery. So we're gonna play our Selesnya Evangel. God, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, please just correct me, because I probably sound like the biggest idiot right now. I know. If you've watched my other videos before, you know, I mean, I can't pronounce names to save my life. Well, that's a predictable play. Didn't you do this last game? It's a good card, actually. I didn't put it in my deck just because it doesn't really match the token theme too well, but it's good. It draws you a card. It protects you for a while. Especially from weenie decks. Weenie decks suffer against that pretty well. Well, pretty well. I guess you can't suffer well. You know what I mean. No sense in attacking. Pass the turn. Good luck, have fun. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Cultivate is so good. I love Cultivate. So he's not gonna do anything. Play land. Do we do this right now? Do we give it away? We have nothing else to tap. Let's tap this first, and then next turn we can play that and still have one land untapped, and then have this guy to tap. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's just play that. I'm playing this main phase, first main phase, just because obviously I'm not going to be attacking into his wall. It's kind of stupid. No need to do that, but we're going to untap. We're not going to untap, sorry. We're going to pass the turn. My god. And I'm going to do my best to pay attention here for when his turn is about to be over, because then we're going to make a turn. Ah, god. It's Friday, guys. I've had a long day at work. I'm going to play Avenge Vine. It's kind of scary. Do we kill it, though? I mean, it's got haste. If he attacks, I want to kill it. Come on. Hit me! Oh, yeah. God, Reprisal is fantastic. So we are going to not make a token this turn, but we will make 2 tokens this turn, if you know what I mean. So we're going to play our Doubling Season, which is an enchantment. If an effect would put 1 or more tokens onto the battlefield under your control, it puts twice that many tokens on the battlefield instead. And if an effect would place 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, it places twice that many. So this is really good for green, white, blue decks where there's a lot of counters and stuff like that. Sort of Simic, Selesnya mix. I don't know what the name is for that. Really don't know. If you know, put it in the comment section, because I would love to find out. Anyway, I'm not going to attack, so I'm just going to pass the turn. And then hopefully he doesn't play anything scary. I guess we could attack, but that wouldn't make sense, because then we couldn't make our 2 tokens. So we'll just do that. If he plays 2 more creatures and gets his Vengevine out, at least we'll have 2 more tokens that we can use. Maybe 1 as a chump blocker. It'd be nice to draw into one of our dudes. Okay, so one of our dudes that makes our tokens bigger by 1. Yeah, this is gonna get pretty silly pretty soon. If it's not already getting pretty silly. We'll get 2 Doubling Seasons out. So now it's Quadrupling Season. Does he have a counterspell? Negate? Yeah, you would have to negate that. Oh, wait, in response? Well, I guess I can't do it in response, can I? It hasn't resolved yet. That's okay. So now that this is a 4/4, we'll get to attack. And I mean, this deck snowballs out of control very, very quickly. Yeah, let's go to combat. Oh, why'd you negate that? I wanted my Quadrupling Season. Let's attack with Scion. What's he gonna do? Think twice. Okay. So no blockers, or is he gonna block? If he's not gonna block, I'm gonna make 2 tokens now. If he does block, he's not gonna block. So we're gonna tap this guy to make 2 more tokens, and that's going to increase our Scion's power and toughness by another 2. So we're gonna hit him for 6. Not too bad. And then we've got some blockers for Vengevine or whatever else he decides to throw at us. So yeah, as I was saying, this deck can get pretty out of control. I mean, especially with Doubling Season. We make 2 tokens, we tap 1 token, we make 2 tokens, we tap 1 token. Rinse and repeat. It's pretty crazy. Man, how many of these does he have? 1 is exiled now. He's got another 1 in the graveyard, which he can flashback for 3, which I think he's gonna do. Yeah. Or no, I think he cast that. He's at 7 cards. I guess he's looking for some kind of answer. And I hope he finds it quick, because if he doesn't, he's going to get absolutely overwhelmed here. Oh, sweet Jesus. Guys, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, we're 1 short. That's so crazy. Okay. We're going to save that for now. So we win next turn. So we swing with Scion. And does he block? Oh, just in time. And gonna make him bigger. Hit him for 8. Pass the turn. He's at 6. This is gonna be overkill for sure. I just want to see his reaction. Unless he's got some kind of crazy board wipe, but I don't. I mean, he's playing white. He could have planar cleansing, which would be absolutely devastating right now. But he's going to end step, so no planar cleansing. Okay, so play that. If he's got a negate for that, though, well, I mean, he's at 6 health. GG. Wow, guys. Beastmaster Ascension wins game 3. Yeah, he knows it's over. I'm sorry, man. Beastmaster is just an overpowered card. Well, that's going to do it, guys. I'm going to go over the deck real quick. And that'll be it for this video. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the deck here. Selesnya tokens, obviously we want to start out with the land base. Very important. 4 Selesnya guild gates come in tapped, but they fix your colors, which is really neat. They've got 10 force and 10 planes. Really easy. Moving on, we've got 3 reprisals. Destroy creature with power 4 or greater, cannot be regenerated. Raise the alarm for 2 instant speed. You can put 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. It's pretty nice if you want to do it at your opponent's end step. It's always pretty cool. We've got 4 of those. 1 Brimaz, he needs no introduction. 3 mana, 3/4 vigilance, and he makes cats. Can't argue with that. Mentor of the Meek is going to be more of your card draw engine. So for 3 mana, you get a 2/2, and whenever you play anything with 2 or less power, which is pretty much everything else in this deck except for maybe Brimaz, you can choose to pay 1 colorless, and if you do, you can draw a card. Not too bad. We've got a few Attended Knights here. That's a 3 mana 2/2. First strike and makes a 1/1 dude when he comes in. This is really, really good. Anything that does something other than just putting itself onto the battlefield when you play it is a really good card. So we've got 4 of those. And of course, no token deck would be complete without an Anthem. And what better than Phantom General? Unfortunately, we don't have Honor of the Pure here, but we've got a 4 mana 2/3, which is pretty good by itself. And it also pumps everything up by 1/1, all of your tokens at least. So no Honor of the Pure, but hey, gets the job done. We've got 3 of those in the deck. So you know, what's better than tapping dude sideways? I would guess it's tapping dude sideways to make more dudes. This spell is very, very, very expensive. Triplicate Spirits, it's a 6 mana cost and at a sorcery speed, but the plus is you get to convoke. So, you know, once you've got a few guys out there, you can tap them, make some dudes, tap them, make some more dudes. And these guys actually have flying as well. So, you know, once you play that, if you can play this, you're doing quite a lot of damage. Moving on to Elder of Laurels, it's 3 mana 2/3, and you can basically tap 3 colorless and 1 green to give a creature +X, where X is the amount of creatures you control. It is not really at home with this deck, to be honest with you guys, and let me tell you why. Because it doesn't really have much to do with tokens. It's not exactly a bad secondary win condition, but then when you look at Scion of the Wild, which is 3 mana, star, and he pumps himself up for the amount of creatures that you have, so you don't need to pay 4 mana for that, which you could be using to, you know, play other things like, I don't know, Beastmaster Ascension. 3 mana, and whenever a creature attacks, you put a counter on it. Whenever you have 7 or more counters on it, all of your creatures, yes, all of your creatures, get +5/+5. It is absolutely insane. So I guess the cool thing to note about this card is you don't need to do it 1 or 2 counters at a time. You can wait until you have 7 creatures, swing with all of them, and watch the tables fly. Reclamation Sage is pretty cool. She's a 3-drop for a 2/1, and she's just a 1-of in this deck. It's sort of just to deal with some annoying artifacts or enchantments that you might be dealing with. One of the ones that I don't like the most is probably Raid Bombardment, which is a red card, and deals damage to you, 1 damage for each creature that attacks you. So if you've got like a red, white, green token deck and it's got one of those cards in it, it's really, really annoying. Being able to get rid of it is nice, and not having, you know, 3 or 4 in the deck is also good, because it means that you're typically only going to draw into it once in a while, which is probably as much as you're going to need it. No green deck would be, of course, complete without a Cultivate. 3 mana, you get 2 basic lands, 1 into your hand, 1 into the battlefield tapped. Doubling Season, this is probably the star of the deck, to be honest, aside from maybe the Beastmaster Ascension there. 5 mana, which can be a little bit pricey, but it's a nice enchantment. I mean, if you can take advantage of the first clause, which doubles the amount of creature tokens you produce, it's great. If you're also playing maybe blue, a little bit of Simic there, you might be able to take advantage of the second clause with the counters. It's even better. Really, really good card, and yeah, it gets insane when this card is on the field. And of course, Crater Hoof Behemoth, he wasn't really at home in this deck either until I realized that he gives everybody +X/+X, so it basically turns everybody into a Scion of the Wild for one turn, and it's usually enough to win the game. He's got haste himself, and he's a 5/5, so if you've got 5 dudes out, he turns into a 10/10 haster. It's really not bad at all. And finally, one of the hidden gems of this deck that really help you to accelerate in getting creature tokens out, except for maybe, I don't know, Triplicate Spirits or Raise the Alarm, is the Selesnya Evangel. So she's a 2-drop in a 1/2, which is pretty cool. You know, if there's other token decks you're playing against, she can block most 1/1 tokens with ease. But the nice thing about her is you can tap one colorless and tap her to tap another creature to make another token. Now, that's not very powerful by itself, but once you start getting Doubling Season out and, you know, you do it for a few turns, you drop one of these out and you just attack, it's pretty much a game winner. So if they don't get, you know, this one, the Doubling Season or the Beastmaster Ascension cards under control, if your opponent can't deal with those, it's going to be very difficult for them to win the game. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please leave any comments or suggestions in the comment section below. Feel free to check out the blog as well at ssbgaming.blogspot.com. We're going to have new videos weekly here for you on the blog and on the channel. And as always, thanks very much for all your positive input. I'm doing this for you guys, and I'm really surprised as to how many positive responses I've gotten. So I really appreciate it. If you did like the video, thumbs up, and please do subscribe. And feel free to share the video too. You know, if you've got some friends that love Magic or other gaming content, let them in on the good stuff. And that's going to do it, guys. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.